Sony, I won $500,000 in the lottery. For about 24 hours. It was the best day of my life. Then everyone found out, and that's when everything started falling apart. I'm 25 years old, and before all this happened, my life was pretty ordinary. I worked in retail, lived in a small apartment, paid my bills, tried to save money whenever I could. Nothing exciting. Nothing special. Every Friday, I'd buy a lottery ticket. Not because I expected to win. Honestly, I never thought I would. It was just a habit, a stupid little routine. Then one night, everything changed. I was sitting on my couch after work, scrolling through my phone. I remembered the ticket sitting in my wallet. So I checked the numbers. At first, I thought I read them wrong. I checked again, then again. Then again. My heart started racing. I couldn't breathe. The numbers matched. Every single one. I had just won $500,000. $500,000. More money than I'd ever seen in my life. For the next hour, I just sat there staring at the ticket, trying to understand what had happened. I barely slept that night. I kept imagining how different my life was about to become. And in a way, I was right. The next morning, I made a mistake, a huge mistake. I told my best friend. We'd known each other for more than 10 years. I trusted him completely. I even made him promise not to tell anyone. He laughed and said, "Of course I won't." By dinner time, half the town knew. My phone wouldn't stop vibrating. Messages, calls, friend requests. People I hadn't spoken to in years suddenly wanted to talk. One old classmate wanted to grab coffee. A distant cousin wanted to reconnect. An old coworker suddenly remembered how close we used to be. It felt weird. At first, I tried to be nice, but after a while, I noticed a pattern. Nobody was asking how I was doing. Nobody cared how I felt. Everybody wanted something. One guy wanted me to invest in his business. Another wanted a loan. Someone wanted help buying a car. One woman I hadn't spoken to since high school asked if I could pay for her dog's surgery. Every conversation somehow ended with money. And things were only getting started. A week later, my manager called me into his office. He closed the door, sat down. And smiled. That alone felt strange. Then he said, "Since you're rich now, maybe you don't need all these hours." I laughed. I thought he was joking. He was single quotes T. Within 2 weeks, my schedule got cut nearly in half. I couldn't prove it, but I knew exactly why it happened. People saw me differently now. Not as a person. As money. Then came the family dinner. The dinner that changed everything. My parents invited everyone over. Aunts. Uncles. Cousins. Grandparents. The whole family. At first, it felt normal. Everyone congratulated me. Everyone smiled. Everyone acted happy for me. Then my uncle stood up. Raised his glass and said, "Now that you're successful, maybe it's time to give back." The room exploded with laughter. Except I wasn't laughing, because I knew exactly where this was going. One by one, people started sharing their problems. Medical bills. Debt. Mortgage payments. Car repairs. College tuition. At some point, it stopped feeling like a family dinner. And started feeling like a fundraiser for me. Then my sister looked directly at me and said, "You didn't earn that money anyway." The room went silent. And honestly, that sentence hurt more than I expected. Because deep down, I knew what she was really saying. She believed the money wasn't mine. A lot of them did. Over the next few months, things got worse. Friends became distant. Relatives became aggressive. People I'd known for years suddenly acted like I owed them something. One cousin called me selfish. Another called me greedy. One old friend stopped talking to me completely after I refused to lend him money. And that's when I finally did something that changed my perspective. I made a list, greater than Sony, a list of every person who had asked me for money. Family. Friends. Coworkers. Old classmates. Neighbors. Everyone. When I finished counting, there were 37 names. 30-7. I just stared at the page, because in that moment, something clicked. These people didn't see me. They saw an opportunity. That's when I made a decision. I stopped explaining myself, stopped defending myself. Stopped apologizing. If someone asked for money, I simply said no. No excuses. No debates. No guilt. Just no. And suddenly, something interesting happened. People disappeared. The phone stopped ringing. The messages slowed down. The invitations. Stop. The people who claimed they cared about me vanished. Almost overnight, and honestly, it hurt, but it also taught me something. The people who stayed were the people who actually cared about me. I invested most of the money. Nothing crazy. No mansion. No sports cars. No private jets. Just smart investments. Savings. And a safer future. Then 3 years passed, and those investments performed far better than I expected. My financial situation improved dramatically. And that's when the same people started showing up again. The same cousins. The same friends. The same relatives. Suddenly they wanted to reconnect. Again. Some even acted like nothing had happened. But this time was different, because I finally understood something. Winning the lottery didn't change who those people were. It revealed who they had always been. The money wasn't the test, people were. And looking back now, that's the most valuable thing I got from winning $500,000, not the money. The lesson. Because once you see someone's true intentions, you can never unsee them.